There's something about lakes that stirs the soul. Maybe it's the way they reflect the sky like a mirror. Maybe it's their stillness, their mystery, or the way they transform colors depending on the light and season. Lakes are more than just water. They're places to dream, to wander, and to reconnect with nature's quiet magic. So today, let's drift away together to the top places with the most dreamy lakes around the world. Let's begin with the jewel of the Canadian Rockies, Lake Louise in Alberta, Canada. This iconic turquoise lake sits beneath rugged mountain peaks and a glacier that feeds its impossibly blue water. In summer, you can canoe across its glassy surface, while in winter, it becomes a frozen wonderland perfect for ice skating. Whether you're hiking nearby trails or sipping coffee at the Fairmont Chateau, Lake Louise is the definition of serene beauty. Next, we're flying to Italy for the charm and elegance of Lake Como. Tucked against the foothills of the Alps, Lake Como has long been a retreat for artists, writers, and the rich and famous. Colorful villages like Bellagio and Varenna cling to its shores, and grand villas are surrounded by fragrant gardens. You can take a slow ferry ride, enjoy pasta with a view, or simply stroll the promenade and let the beauty of the lake steal your breath. Now let's talk about the dreamlike tones of Lake Tekapo in New Zealand. Here, the water glows an unreal shade of icy blue, thanks to glacial rock flower suspended in the lake. Framed by golden hills and the southern Alps, it's already a stunner, but come at night, and it gets even more magical. Tekapo is part of a UNESCO dark sky reserve, so the stars here shimmer like nowhere else. Imagine a turquoise lake by day and a glittering galaxy by night. We travel to Patagonia next, to the mystical Lake Pahaue in Torres del Paine National Park, Chile. With jagged peaks reflecting in its vivid waters and windswept clouds racing overhead, this lake is raw, rugged, and utterly dreamlike. It's not the kind of place where you lounge with a cocktail. It's the kind of place where you stand in silence, completely humbled by the scale and beauty of nature. Heading to Central Europe, we find one of the most romantic lakes in the world, Lake Bled in Slovenia. A tiny island sits at the center, crowned with a white church and accessed by charming wooden boats called pletnas. Castle-topped cliffs rise behind it, and swans drift lazily across the water. Whether you're rowing out to ring the island's wishing bell or just enjoying a Bled cream cake with a view, this lake feels straight out of a storybook. Now for a surreal splash of color, Lake Hillier in Western Australia. This lake is bubblegum pink. Yes, really. Its unusual hue comes from a unique combination of salt and microorganisms, and even from the air, the contrast between the vivid pink and the surrounding blue ocean is mind-blowing. You can't swim in it, but you can take a scenic flight or boat trip to witness this natural marvel up close. Let's cool off at Lake Baikal in Siberia, Russia, the world's deepest and oldest freshwater lake. In summer, it's a sparkling expanse surrounded by mountains and forest. But in winter, it transforms into something from another planet. The frozen surface cracks into sheets of transparent blue ice, with bubbles trapped beneath and jagged shards sticking out like crystal sculptures. It's otherworldly, icy, and totally unforgettable. Now let's head to Peru, to the stunning Lake Humante. Hidden in the Andes and fed by glacial melt, this lake shines in shades of turquoise and jade. It's a bit of a hike to get there, but when you finally crest the ridge and look down into that bowl of color surrounded by snow-capped peaks, it feels like a sacred moment. The lake is considered spiritual by locals, and once you see it, you'll understand why. For alpine perfection, we turn to Switzerland and Lake Eschinen. This secluded lake sits high in the Bernese Oberland, accessible by gondola and a bit of a walk. It's surrounded by cliffs, forests, and grazing cows with bells that echo through the valley. The water is a clear, dreamy blue, and you can even take a rowboat out or just lay back in the grass and stare at the sky. Jumping to Iceland, we arrive at the ethereal Jökulsárlón Glacier Lagoon. Technically more of a lagoon than a traditional lake, it's filled with floating icebergs that have broken off from the nearby glacier. Seals swim through the icy water, and the quiet is almost haunting. Some of the ice glows an electric blue, some pure white, all of it melting into a slow dance across the surface. It's a dreamscape you can boat through, or just sit and marvel at. Then there's Crater Lake in Oregon, USA. Formed in the caldera of an ancient volcano, this lake is famous for its pure, deep blue hue. With no rivers flowing in or out, the water is incredibly clean and calm. You can hike the rim, explore the Phantom Ship Rock Formation, or take a boat to Wizard Island. Every view here looks like a desktop background. Let's drift into the dream that is Moraine Lake, another gem in Canada's Banff National Park. Surrounded by the Valley of the 10 Peaks, this lake is all sharp ridges, turquoise water, and unreal reflections. It's best seen in early morning when the water is calm and the mountains are bathed in golden light. Photos don't do it justice. This place makes you believe in magic. And finally, we arrive at Pangong Lake in Ladakh, India. This high-altitude lake stretches across India and China, sitting at over 14,000 feet. The colors here change constantly, shifting from sapphire to aquamarine to a soft gray depending on the sun and clouds. The silence is profound, the air crisp and clear, and the beauty overwhelming. It's like the edge of the world. These lakes aren't just places, they're emotions. Reflections of wonder, stillness, awe, and escape. They show us that water, light, and time can create something truly extraordinary. And while each one is unique, they all invite the same thing: to pause, to breathe, and to dream. If this video swept you off your feet and filled your bucket list with shimmering lakes, give it a like to help others find their next dream destination. What's the most breathtaking lake you've ever seen, or the one you're dying to visit? Share it in the comments. I'd love to hear where your wanderlust is taking you next. And if you want more adventures like this, hidden gems, natural wonders, and serene escapes, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss a journey. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious and